Hey guys, it's Chris at the Ultimate Recycler. I haven't done a worm test for ages. I've got a few going and I'm going to now do a test on lettuce. The reason I chose this was that the bakery had left out a bucket of old lettuce, so what better to do with it than shove it through my garden mulcher and feed it to the worms. Now, things have been a bit slow with the worm tests lately, and I apologise if you've joined my channel to follow worm tests, because you know, we've had some pretty cold frosty mornings and it's slowed up the little guys' production. They just don't handle the chilly frosty mornings so well. But the tests are still going ahead and things still happen, they're just a bit slower. So I'm going to feed all this lettuce through the mulcher, and we've got a garden bed that I can put it down and see what the worms think of lettuce. There we go, that's one bucket worth of lettuce all mulched up. Now I don't expect this to behave any differently to, say, just grass clippings from your lawnmower. It's quite fleshy and it's quite wet, so it should be eaten fine and I don't foresee any problems, but we like to do the tests and we have a bucket of lettuce available, so let's do it. Something you'll have to be careful of is that green, fleshy, nitrogen-rich products are going to heat up a bit, which, given the current climate, the worms might be quite happy with. But of course, if it gets too hot, like grass clippings can do, they're not going to hang around, they're going to disappear. Alright, so we'll spread that around here. It will go mouldy, which is perfectly fine, and I see lots of people comment about mould in their worm farms. Mould and fungus are your friends. It's part of the degradation process, and the bacteria are really getting into things, which results in the worms getting into things. So that's all good. Alright, we'll leave it there. It's quite wet enough, so we'll just put the carpet over it and we'll give it a couple of weeks perhaps and we'll check how it's going. It's been 10 days since we put the lettuce down, so let's see if there's any worm activity going on. It's oh yeah, there's some disappeared quickly. There's a nice big one over there, so they're starting to come into it. The lettuce has gone, you know, it hasn't really gone mouldy as such, it's just gone a little bit sludgy, but it's breaking down nicely. Oh, there's worms under there, one just disappeared quickly. So it's all going to be good, I think, but it's certainly kind of rotted down a bit, and there was certainly worms going there when we lifted the mat up. They don't like the light, of course. There we go, there's one there. So we'll leave them go. I'll check it in another week or 10 days or something. There probably won't be much left by then, I would suggest. Alright, we'll see you then. A further 10 days have passed, so let's do a check on this lettuce. It might be our final check. We'll see what's been going on. Oh yeah, look at that. There's virtually no lettuce left. And lots of worms feasting away. There's a little bit of green sludgy stuff around this side, but in the centre it's totally gone. It's back to the soil, and look at those nice big healthy worms. So all good. 2 lots of 10 days, what's that, just under 3 weeks, and an entire bucket full of lettuce is pretty much all gone. So very successful experiment as expected. I'm sure the worms are pretty happy with this. They certainly look pretty content. So yeah, there you go, no troubles with lettuce. The only issues you might have if you run a small worm farm is you wouldn't want to put large quantities in because it will heat up. But along that line, you shouldn't put large quantities of anything in a small worm farm. It's always much better to feed in moderation and maybe pocket feed so the worms have got somewhere to get away. But in my garden beds there's no issues. They can always just scoot deeper or scoot under the walls into another garden bed. So there you go, thanks for watching a successful little test. We can tick lettuce off our list. Catch you next time.